welcome back to my channel. We are dehydrating peppers today. So I've got a ton of pepper plants. You can see them. This is just me videoing like my back garden. Super exciting. Um, just a pro tip though, if you ever plant a ton of peppers and you're like me and you don't eat spicy food, so you can't just immediately recognize which pepper is which, make sure to leave a little sign because we planted a ton of pepper plants and I don't know what any of them are. And I do all of the cooking for my husband, so it's just a toss up on whether he's going to get something mildly spicy or extremely spicy. Kind of like spice roulette for him in a way. But I decided, ooh, look at those ones. Those ones are going great. I decided since we had a ton, oh, hi, Rex. Since we had a ton of peppers, I wanted to dehydrate some. With peppers, what you really want to do when you're picking them is kind of pick a lot at first. You know, it makes the plant want to produce more. And then you can leave some on that can turn red. We've definitely got a lot more red ones now than we did in this video. Actually, I'm not even sure if we got any red or orange ones in this video, but we have a lot more red ones now. So I just went through and I picked a ton to dehydrate. Here's me just kind of fumbling, trying to do it one-handed with help, of course. I want you to keep in mind while you're watching this video too that I don't eat spicy food. The most I've ever done with spicy food is like chop up a pepper here or there, you know, maybe 2 or 3, make it into usually salsa for my husband or add it on the top of something. Those are all of our tomatoes too. They kind of went wild. But so I didn't know. I didn't know kind of what peppers do to your hands when you're preparing them. Look at how weird that one's growing. It's like some of them like grow in like a curly Q almost. It's kind of wild. Got more pepper plants. And this was so I had actually already picked through before I showed this video. I was just doing a couple more, but my bowl is actually right next to us. Yeah, look at those ones. Those ones are like a bright color. But my bowl is kind of next to us. So this is even after I picked like an entire bowl out. Look how long that one is. Taking that one for sure. Yeah, look at that. I've got an entire bowl of peppers there, and there's still just tons left on the vine. Our peppers really took off. They're still producing. I have so many I have to do things with. I'm going to can some salsa, a lot of them, but I've got tons. So we're back. We're in the kitchen. We've washed our hands. We've washed our peppers, kind of dried them off a bit. I kind of wish I had used gloves for this part, to be honest. I, for some reason, decided I was using the spoon at first, and then I quickly abandoned the spoon and just used my fingers. That was the worst experience ever. My hands burned for 2 whole days. If you think you have no cuts in your hands, you're wrong. And you can see me using my fingers. Yeah, I got it all up underneath my fingernails. It was torture. I dumped milk on my hands to try to get rid of it. That, eased it for a little bit and then it just came back. I regrettably washed my hands multiple times. At one point, I like for some reason I was like sitting at my desk and my hands were hurting really bad and I thought, "Oh, water made it go away for at least a little bit. Let me stick my finger in my mouth." I don't eat spicy food. I've always had like really low tolerance for spice. That was the worst decision. Because then my hands are on fire. My mouth is on fire. So I was like, you know what? I'm in horrible agony. What does any girl do when they're in horrible agony? They lay down and they take a nap. So I laid down and somehow got it in my eyeball. And like, then my eyeball was horribly hurting. My hands were on fire. My mouth was hurting. It was awful. It was an awful 2 days, okay? So yeah, I would wear gloves for this part. I would wear gloves. The worst part is I have like 3 more bushels of peppers to deal with in my fridge right now, and I'm just Not looking forward to it. But here I am coring out all of the peppers. We're getting rid of the insides and the um, seeds and all that. And I also cut off any bits that looked just like a little, maybe they got bruised or something, just anything that looked kind of ugly. Some of the small peppers I just left whole as well. I do have to say, too, this took a long time to do. It was an experience. Once you're done getting all your peppers prepped, you're going to get your dehydrator. You can also do this in the oven too. Just put it on its lowest setting. And you're going to kind of just put them on there. Make sure none of them are overlapping or touching. Just kind of place them around, fiddle with it until they're all spread out nice and evenly. I went based off of the book that I got with my dehydrator. It said to dehydrate them at 125 for 5 to 10 hours. Mine did take a lot longer than 5 to 10 hours. I kept checking them, and I just keep putting it through until they were ready. And here they are finally ready. I have a glass jar to put them in. I do have a different jar I'm going to end up putting these in. You want them to just kind of break and snap off pretty easy. I don't know why in the video it doesn't look like they're snapping, but they were snapping. You don't want to store these in like plastic or anything that can get moisture really easily. So into glass they go. I've got another jar. This one I was just handy. And here we are getting them into their little jar. Man, 2 days of sad fingers for one little jar of peppers. But, it'll be worth it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.